Namaste. Today's video is about belief in God. Should we have belief in God? That is the question. And why I wish to talk about this is there are so many people today who do not believe much in God. They may not be a total atheist also, but they say, I don't pray, I don't do any puja, I don't do any meditation, I don't believe in all these things, simply talking about God. So many people talk like that. It can be any God. I am not talking about religion. It can be any God. But when people say, I do not believe in God, then the question arises in the mind of some people whether we should have belief in God. I am not talking about whether it is right or wrong. I am only going to talk about how it helps us, how it helps our mind to be strong. See, there are many times in life when the mind becomes a little bit weak. All of us know that however good a person is, however powerful a person is, there are occasions when the mind becomes a little bit weak. And when the mind becomes weak, if there is belief in God, that is something which you can hold on to. And definitely it helps a person to come out of that situation. Many of us have experienced this again and again and again in life. And here when we are talking about this topic, I wish to share a small episode which happened in my life. This happened many years back, maybe around 18, 19, 20 years back. I can't remember when. Those were days when we did not have so many domestic flights. So when I started doing my classes outside Chennai, I used to travel by train and go to that place, finish the class and then come back by train only. So once I was traveling from Tirunelveli, I had done a class there and I was coming back by a night train. There was a couple sitting opposite me. They were from France. So we started talking to each other and they asked me what I was doing. I told them I teach meditation. They were quite happy and they were quite enthusiastic about it. They asked me about what kind of meditation do you teach. Then I told them it's about the subconscious mind, power of the subconscious mind, how to use it. All that I explained a little bit to them. They were very enthusiastic about it. And then we started talking about the mind. Then this couple had a very interesting question. They asked me, see, there are times when the mind becomes a little bit weak for some reason. So when the mind becomes a little weak or disappointed or desperate, what do you do to make it all right? This was their question. And when they asked what do you do, they did not mean only me. They meant the people in India. What do you do? And I just told them, see, here generally if the mind is not all right, if a person is feeling a little weak or depressed, we simply go to the temple. We visit a temple, look at the sanctum sanctorium, God there in whichever form you want. We look at the God there and we feel very happy, we receive a lot of blessings and then we come back feeling good. So when I said this, or I also said visiting temple is the main thing, immediately it comes to the mind. Wherever possible we do that. Otherwise we sit at home and do some puja or pray to God. Otherwise we do meditation or we chant mantras or we sometimes devotional songs, we can listen to them or sing them also. This is something which we are all used to and it helps us to come out of that feeling immediately, whether it's a depression or disappointment or anything like that. When I said this, they were so amazed. They said, see, that is something you have to hold on to. You people are very lucky, they said. When they said you people are lucky, I was quite surprised because this is something very natural. The moment the mind is disturbed, anybody would say, I just felt very disturbed. So I went to the temple and came back and now I am feeling all right. We hear so many people saying that. So I said, why do you say we are lucky? He said, see, in our place, they said, we are Christians, but we do not go to the church, we do not pray to God, we don't do anything like that. And he said in our country many people are like that. But whenever there is a difficult situation in life, when the mind becomes weak, they do not know what to do and many of them commit suicide because they do not have something to hold on to. This is what he said. I said, see, here for us, we hold on to God. Many of us hold on to God in some form. It can be Shiva, it can be Krishna, it can be, anybody, whoever you like. So we hold on to God in some form and we believe that there is a huge energy there which is, our creator. So we hold on to that energy, and we believe that this energy which we call God, which we worship, it keeps us going. So they were very happy to hear that. And I was also thinking about it. See, this comes to us very naturally in India. We don't discuss, I mean, we don't analyze it logically. There's no need to do that. Right from childhood, maybe we have been brought up like that. So if the mind is disturbed, if you're not feeling all right, just go to this temple, visit this temple, sit there for some time and come back, do a puja and come, you'll feel all right. And many of us do that and we feel all right. So we have this huge energy to hold on to, which is a great asset for all of us. So that is why if we understand how much this can do to our mind, when the mind is dejected, when the mind is depressed, when a person does not know what to do, then the best thing is to turn towards God, much better than turning towards any human beings. So you do it in whichever way you want. You can pray, you can visit a temple, or you can chant mantras. There are many ways of connecting with God. So when we do that, the mind gets lifted, and at that point when the mind energy is a bit low, what a person needs is anything which can make him feel a bit lifted, and that comes to us very easily with our belief in God. So if you have some belief in God, and I'm sure many of you have, when you're listening to me right now, I'm sure you will be able to relate to many incidents in your life where you had felt a little disappointed or let down or dejected, and you turned towards God, and after some time you felt better. I'm sure you can relate this very well with incidents in your life. So that is why this belief in God is something which we do not question. We just hold on to it because it helps us even in the most difficult times. You just hold on to that belief and put your trust there. And in our classes, Sri Vidya is a very powerful class I teach. It's an ancient wisdom, and I've simplified it and made it very easy for people to understand. And in Sri Vidya, as many of you might be knowing, the first mantra is what we call the Bala mantra, because we look at Devi as a small girl, a 9-year-old child, Bala Tripura Sundari, and her mantra is the first mantra which I give in that class. So when people attend that class, for some of them it is the first time they hear about Bala or they understand who she is, and they get so much attached to her. After the class they say, for me now every minute it is Bala. I am talking to Bala, when I am eating also Bala is there, when I am doing puja she is there, she is always with me, and their life blooms like anything. Even a depressed person becomes so happy. So I have seen this happening in so many people's lives. That belief, once they put their belief in that kind of an energy, it really helps them to sail through life so easily. So that way, Bala is of course a great example which I am giving you, but it can be any god. It can be Shiva, it can be Krishna, it can be Parvati, it can be Mahalakshmi, it can be whoever you like. But hold on to something big, because we all need it. Today there is so much which takes away our energy, which takes away our power, which makes us feel powerless many times. And that is when you need to immediately touch this power, connect with this kind of power which you believe in, and that will once again make you feel good and normal. So belief in God is a great asset which can keep you going throughout life.